Hi everybody, Tim Bainbridge, CEO of Longboat Rond here. Welcome to another episode of Ask the Team. Today you find us down at the training site. Beautiful sunny day, hopefully not too bright. We're going to be shooting a few videos down here today. I'll put some links into the comments for you so you can track and hopefully stay with us. As you know, this is about us, our team, answering the questions that you have about safety and security. So today we've been asked the question, what is a grab bag? Quick run bag, go bag, what is it and what should I have in it? So I've got 3 bags with me. We're going to go through those and hopefully you're going to pick up the general idea of it. So a grab bag, that's a phrase I prefer because it kind of says exactly what it is. You grab it when you need it. So 3 bags I'm going to go through. I'll show you a couple of them that are alternatives and then I'm going to show you my everyday carry, my go-to bag. So first bag I have here, this is a commercial bag, a company called Spiral. It's splash proof, pretty good bag actually. What I like about it is it's quite discreet. It doesn't look too military or security related. So I use this bag if I'm going through anywhere, airports or to a location where I want to be a little bit less obvious, perhaps I'm in a security role. Outside, first aid kit, immediately accessible. The only limitation with a bag like this is it's not really designed for multiple pockets and pouches. What I've added to this one, nice roll top to keep the water out, is I've added my own, or an alternative, fully waterproof liner. I've got a couple of these, and to be quite honest, I use in most of my grab bags, most of my kit. Once this is in, rolled, clipped back and sealed, that's completely waterproof. Doesn't really matter if this is a dry bag or a splash proof like this one. All the contents now completely waterproof. Discreet, every day if you like, in a more less permissive society. So that's that one bag. Now if I'm less concerned about that, less concerned about the appearance for example, and I'm going to be out for a little bit longer, then this is my go-to bag. This is a 511, I think it's the Rush 48, but as you can see, it's quite a large bag. So this is the kind of bag that I'd be taking if the environment, the climate is less predictable. So in here, as well as everything else I'm going to go through in a minute, this gives me plenty of space for warm clothing if I find myself out overnight, and wet clothing, a dry clothing in case the environment turns wet. Because that's what this is about, isn't it? Your grab bag, your quick run bag, is for a time when you find yourself in a situation you hadn't necessarily anticipated. So either you're out on a field mission, you're in your vehicle, the vehicle becomes disabled, or the weather changes. We've had this. Our staff anticipated being back the same evening. Storm came out of nowhere, the road got washed out. They were still safe in the vehicle, but suddenly they got to spend the night in the field. So it's those sort of unpredictable or unanticipated situations that you want your grab bag for. So again, if there's a potential of the weather changing to getting very cold or for getting very wet, then I want a bag that can accommodate that amount of extra clothing. So that's why I'd use something like the 511, the larger Rush bag. Get that out of the way. However, this is my everyday carry. This is my normal bag that I'll use on most of my field missions where the appearance isn't necessarily going to cause me a problem. Again, if I think I'm going to be identified or at risk because I look like in a security kind of role, then I'll go for the more discreet bag. So this is a bag manufactured by Direct Action. These pouches on the side I've added. They're from, I think, a company called Viper. And so I have to give me this the whole package, if you like. So what have I got? Starting on the outside, don't know if you can see this. This is a tritium light. So this is one of those lights that will glow for the next 25 years. Very, very low light, but in the evening or at night, if I'm woken suddenly at 3 o'clock in the morning in our accommodation, I will see it glowing gently. I'll know exactly where my bag is. And all I do is I reach for the light and I've got the grab handle, so my bag is coming with me. I've also got my GPS. This is a Garmin Fortrex 401. I had this about 10-15 years. It's been everywhere with me. Very, very solid, very reliable GPS. First aid kits. These two, one is for trauma, one is for more routine. These are my first aid kits. I'm not going to go into those today. We've got a separate video you'll be able to look at about what's in a first aid kit, what should be in a trauma first aid kit, or IFAK, individual first aid kit. So the trauma IFAKs, that's what these are. We'll go into that in a separate video because that's more bespoke. Come around the front, I've got my emergency shears. So these are Leatherman Raptors. They go with the first aid kit. And pretty much anything else I need. It's got a seat belt cutter, it's got a glass breaker. These are excellent bits of kit. So that stays on the outside where I can reach and grab for it. I've also then got a water bladder. So Camelbacks, that's one of the brands, but this is 1.5 litres of water for me. Now remember guys, this is for an emergency situation, isn't it? If we're out in the field, we're going to have loads of water in the vehicle. We should have anyway. So if we're out on a long drive, I'm not relying on this water. I'm using the water that's already in the vehicle. This is if I find myself on my feet, having to get away from a situation, this is the water I'm going to be using then. Same as everything else that's inside. It's for that situation. I hope that makes sense. Before we go inside, also on this one, on the inside here, this is a Kevlar panel. It's a ballistic panel. It's not going to stop an AK round. It's not that kind of armor piercing proof, but it's something that's going to give me a little bit more protection from blast and a bit of fragmentation. That sits on the inside, nice and flush up against my back, giving me a little bit more protection. It's better than something, or it's better than nothing, isn't it? Put that out of the way for now. So what else we got inside? Let me flip it over. What I like about this type of bag is it's doing its job it's designed for, isn't it? It's not designed for taking some stuff up on a hike. This is designed for our kind of work. So in the most outer one, and interestingly, this pocket here, I've been through so many airports with this bag, have a bag manually searched, no one ever opens this pocket. I unzip that one for them, they never get to here. So in here, this is another waterproof bag, Zavarea. In here is my emergency cash and my passport, because whatever happens I want that and I want it dry. It's in there. Also in here, in another waterproofish bag, I've got some spare batteries for my GPS and my larger torch, which I'll move into here, and a power pack. Power pack's got a charging cable in it as well. If I have to charge my phone, that's in here. Again, if I'm in the vehicle, I'm charging it from the vehicle, aren't I? This is if I find myself out on my feet. So let's put that to one side. That's the outside. And again, team, as I'm going through this, I'd be really interested, actually, drop in the comments, what are the things that you would like in your grab bag? You'll see as I go through this, and things here which are particularly bespoke to my needs. I'd be interested to know what are the top 2 or 3 things that you always have in your grab bag that maybe other people who view the channel won't have thought of. Anyway, so let's open up. So this is the next more accessible part of the bag for me. Obviously I'll be reaching in, but I'm opening it up so you can see it. Straight away at the top, my emergency rations. What have we got here? Almond and apricot yogurt bars. High calorie, high protein, not too much chocolate. The reason I do that is if you have a chocolate bar, you can be pretty sure that by the time you come to get it, it's going to be hot and melted. These don't melt as much. They're emergency rations, not for on the trip, I keep saying it, but you want something that's going to give you loads of calories. So the higher calorie content, the better. This isn't about going on a diet, team. This is about getting calories into you so you can keep moving if you have to get out of there. I'm going to put them under here so they don't melt. This is a head net. It is a wide-brimmed hat that's got a built-in mosquito net. I don't know about you, but I hate flies and mosquitoes. Get it over there if I'm in that area, again where lots of mozzies, and then slightly not an emergency, if I'm out at a camp or visiting a specific project, I just get this on and get the mozzies away from my face. It just winds me up. And if I'm annoyed, if I'm wound up, then that's just going to affect the rest of my mood, isn't it, and the rest of my responses. What else we got inside here? Hand gel. I don't have to explain that, we've all been through COVID, haven't we? CPR face shield. If we have to find ourselves in a situation where we've got to deliver CPR to somebody, links in with their other first aid kit, doesn't it? That's immediately accessible. If you think about it, this is right at the top of my main part of my bag, isn't it? I'm going to pull this out. face shield, hand gel, and an emergency button compass. It's in there. Head torch. This is a USB rechargeable one, hence the reason I've got my recharger here. 15 meters of paracord. Why have I got paracord? Why would you not want paracord? You can do so much with it. Imagine you're out on your feet, leaving you've got to get away from you've been in an incident attack, you've got to walk, shoelaces break. How useless are your good quality boots going to be if your laces have gone? Paracord, easy to make a pair of laces. There's so many things you can do with paracord. Outstanding bit kit. Siloom, glow in the dark stick, break that, extra light, isn't it? And then contact lenses. Guess what? I need contact lenses. Some Strepsils. Get sore throat, always on my Strepsils. There's more there. Another compass. This one's a silver compass, more accurate than the button one. We are properly navigating on a decent compass. Now I know what you're going to say, but you got the GPS. Yeah, but this isn't going to run out of batteries, is it? And also, it's got a magnifying glass, so I need to start a fire. What else have I got in here? Spare pair of reading glasses. Yes, I wear contact lenses, I also wear reading glasses when I need to. If I'm trying to read a map, I want to be able to see it. Always have some in my pocket. These are my emergency spares, aren't they? Pen. More food. Another pair of shoelaces. That's that in there. And then what I like about this one, again, a nice waterproof-ish section for my map. So in there, that's where my map is. Again, yes, I've got Google Maps, etc., but batteries run down, phone's broken, whatever. This is my emergency go-to, isn't it? And that's all the stuff that I'm going to reach in to grab out. I know where everything is in there. Happy so far? Like I said, really interested to know what you would have in this part of your bag. Into the main section. And this for me is a part that I'm not really going to be going into as much, because this is what I need to lay my hands on. Hat, sun hat, in case I've forgotten my baseball cap or whatever. Going to need that. Always wear a hat. Difference between life and death potentially, isn't it? Losing heat as well as absorbing it. Face cloth, washcloth. I don't know about you, but when I'm getting hot and sweaty, I want to dry myself. I always like having a cloth with me. Dry my hands so I can do manual stuff. What a lot of people think about that. Then, because you never know, got my Gore-Tex. And then we get to the more right at the bottom of the bag, so the stuff I'm not going to need just yet. This is my comfort bag. In here, again, waterproof, fully waterproof. I've got a clean t-shirt, a change of socks and a change of underwear. Because if we're out, we've got to keep not only our body healthy, but our mind healthy. If I'm cold, I'm wet, my morale's going down, put a clean pair of socks on, clean pair of underwear and a nice t-shirt. Just gets me in the right mood, especially if I've had to river crossing, I'm wet, my waterproof bag is okay, I'll lose some of this kit, but I've got some clean socks on, feeling $1 million, that's in there. One last thing, Camelback's always there, is another one. Now this one's empty. This is a Life Straw water bottle. It's empty because weight at the moment, to be quite honest. I'm carrying about 1.5 litres, 2 litres of water in here. That's, as you know, that's about 1.5 kilos, 2 kilos, because it's 1 kilo per litre, isn't it? And if I'm going to be going for quite a while, I don't necessarily want that extra weight on me. The Life Straw bottle, you can put water in here, obviously. There's some little bit there. This is the filtration system. What this means is I can come across a stream, a river, lake, whatever. I can fill my water bottle up and I can drink it through the Life Straw, and that's again 99.9% of the nasties that are going to give me diarrhea or dysentery flushed through, filtered out rather, so that I can drink that water straight from a stream. There are times when I've put water in here already, preemptively, but most of the time, to be quite honest, I've got that 1.5 litres. If I know, however, I'm going to be in the desert, where there's not going to be any lakes or rivers or streams, then I'm going to stick this extra litre of water in here. Actually, that's a good point. I should mention that. I've mentioned a number of brands here: 511, Direct Action, LifeStraw. Team, this is all my kit. All this has been bought by me, used by me, and it's in my bag because I've used it and I trust it. There's no promotion. We're not sponsored by anybody for this. This is all the kit that I use. So if I think it's good, I'll use it and I'll tell you it's good. No one's paying me for that. Anyway, where was I? As you can see, team, it's quite compact. Not a lot of warm clothes, as I said, not a lot of extra stuff. If I feel I need that extra stuff, and I can go up even as a small sleeping bag if I really needed to, then I'm going up to the bigger 511 star bag. But I would ask you to consider, how much is that going to weigh? How fit am I these days? And if I'm hauling myself 10, 15, 20 clicks across difficult terrain, do I want all that extra kit on me? Or am I going to get by with some food, water, a waterproof coat, and my navigation and communication equipment? That's the question. What do you need in your bag to keep you going for that 24 to 48 hours? Food and water, absolutely. Medical kit, hopefully not, but you're going to need it in case you're going to want it rather in case you do need it. And these smaller items. Don't overload yourself is what I'm saying. Let's not forget that you're going to be, probably, most likely rather, in a vehicle for most of the mission anyway. So your bigger stuff, your heavier water, your bigger food, it's all going to be stored in the vehicle. This is if you have to grab and run. That's what you want. And my strong recommendation is a portable bag, not too big, big enough for the task, but with what you need. I hope that's been of some use. As always, chuck in some comments in there, tell us what you think, and especially tell me what are your prime choices. For me, my spare glasses, my towel, my paracord. Those are my three things that maybe you wouldn't have thought about to put in your bag. It's what suits me, and that's what I have. Really good talking to you again, team. Make sure you tune in for another episode. Certainly we're going to go into the trauma first aid kit. We're going to look at a whole load of more stuff. Send us your questions. What do you want to ask the team? See you later.